Hello, everyone. What's going on? My name is Timpedia, and welcome back to the TNT podcast. We have a lot of new co-hosts. No, I'm kidding.
Like who are all these T's showing up mid-episode?
T-I, T-Y, T-E. There's so many T letters. But we're here to talk about the. There's not a lot of great news in the beginning of the year, but there's some news, But until who are we talking about the news and what we watched and played with? Am I right?
As always, it's Friedman, also known as Andrew, but mostly known as Friedman.
And on my left,
Bubba 452.
The ever-changing.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got stuff to go through. Concord's
we
back.
got news, just not good news.
Concord.
So the spiritual
2026
success.
is starting off strong, dude.
Yeah, we got the spiritual successor to Concord.
Already, who knew in such a short time?
So this
How about
one,
Highguard?
Low Guard, got announced. It was at the Game Awards. Because if I remember correctly, they were like hyping up the final trailer, and it was this, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is this?"
So then it all came out like Jeff Keighley was like, "Yeah, no one paid me to do this. I just picked it as the last game because I like it." And it's like, what is going
This is
on
why he's
here?
a fuck. This is why he's a fuck. Actually,
Yeah, why? If he's telling the truth, that's odd, and if he isn't, then it's like, bro, why you lying to all of us like this?
Why the fuck you lying? Oh my
I feel
God.
bad because they got put on the one of the biggest stages in gaming. And
You want to hear something depressing though, Tim?
Shooter? Yeah, go.
Do you know what this is? Are you aware of what we actually lost because of this? I don't know
Isn't
if you're
this
aware.
all the people who got cut from working on Titanfall 3?
So you are aware?
Yeah.
Wait, it's like they left and made their own studio, or it's the studio?
What's the name of the studio? Respawn. Respawn went through cuts a while ago. And there's always I don't even know if that's 100% true because there's always been, ever since Apex Legends, people were like, "When's Titanfall 3? When Titanfall 3? When though?" And they're always like, "We have something that we're cooking. We were working on something in the background." And someone would leave, and someone would be like, "Oh yeah, there was all this stuff in development." It's Half-Life 3. It's legitimately like another Half-Life 3 case where people were always like, "Titanfall 3 was totally being worked on, man." But I'm
getting Persona 6.
Everything that involves Respawn or Apex or Titanfall is just a sign that Titanfall is dead. And now that EA is owned by Saudi Arabia, I don't have a lot of hope for a new Titanfall game even more than before.
Bro.
So I'm watching Donkey's gameplay footage in the background because I know very little about this game. I'm shocked you can ride horses, but I don't know.
It's just another hero shooter, it seemed like.
Like, this doesn't look like a bad game, but like, to be successful in the free-to-play market, to get everyone to spend money on a game, you gotta be compelling. And like, I look at this and it looks like, I feel like
It looks mid.
it just looks so fucking generic.
I
feel like I've already seen this game a million times.
I still remember seeing this at the Game Awards and being like, "This looks like the equivalent of the mobile game ads that are the guy climbing the tower." Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
It looks like the same thing. It's like, yeah, this is like, here's our quirky little take on it. But the only thing this has going for it over Concord is this is not a paid game. I think free to play always means there's a chance you could come back or keep going. Whereas Concord was
that's
just
probably
instant
why
cooked.
there was more players in this than there was in Concord. Concord was what, a $40 game if I remember correctly?
Yeah, I think.
It was
something like that.
It was certainly more than 20.
I'm curious. Concord is still on Steam. No one is in game. Ha ha ha. It was $40. I'm on Steam DB. I'm sad that I was hoping the charts of, why does it say there's been a player sometimes? When it came out, oh god, yeah. See, this is what I mean. The peak of Concord was 697 players.
Oof.
Oh wow, people have booted up Concord occasionally since then. There's every now and then there's one player, and it's probably someone who just booted it up because the servers are down. But you can still boot the game, I bet.
Huh.
But yeah, 697 was the all-time peak. Whereas what were we looking at? Highguard had almost hit 100K for a sec, and now it cratered back to 20K. But still, even if you don't get anyone spending money right away, that's at least more active players than Concord.
Yeah. I'm not going to sign in for this because like the idea that like a bunch of people tried out this game yesterday and only 20% of them came back online today to try it is one thing. But I'll put it this way. It depends on how gross this game is about monetization being in your face. Like I talked about it previously on the podcast that the game Mecha Break, I was super excited for it. It was a free to play different. There was PvP, then there was PvPvE extraction. Point is, all of that doesn't matter because of how egregious the monetization was. It made me not even want to be in the menu. I don't know how it's looking for this, but ultimately from what I'm seeing here, like I don't want to shit on this game more than anyone else's, but like we're kind of living in the golden era of free to play games for people who are like legitimately broke and can't afford video games.
I don't even know if I'd say we're in the golden era. I think we're in the era of free to play has like become an established meta, quote unquote, where you've kind of already picked your free. Like it takes something to pull you onto a new free to play now. Like you mentioned Marvel Rivals before. It's more. I think you're more about how do I capture the people who are falling off of other games. Like there's no one out there who's like, yeah, I've never played a free to play. Highguard's going to be my first one, baby.
Yeah.
It's more how do I catch eyeballs of people who are kind of wavering off of like Fortnite or Marvel Rivals or something like that or PUBG.
Yeah, I forget who said it or what the stat was, but it was like gamers can realistically only keep up with 2 to 3 games as a service style games.
I think I said that, and I forget where I got it from. I got it from somewhere, but I know I've said it on the podcast before.
So I remember this is a throwback that when Anthem,
yes.
I think it was the game when Anthem came out, that was another thing where it was just like no one keep up with this. It was one of the big things everyone was talking about with Destiny 2 was that not everyone wanted to keep up with it anymore.
We didn't throw it on the list, but Anthem servers are also shutting down in like 2 months, which I didn't even know were still up and running.
Right, I thought though that was dead forever.
But that's not even on the on the docket. But Anthem servers are shutting down, so if you own Anthem, I hope you play it soon. Apparently
Man, I still remember I got it for free with my graphics card, and I haven't loaded it once.
That's right. You remember you telling us this. Oh man.
Dude, fuck.
But yeah, that's about it. Highguard came out. I'm not gonna try it, but you know, more power to you. My big thing is like, what makes a developer? Tyler, maybe you can answer this.
I can try my best.
What makes a game developer go, hey, I worked at Respawn on Apex Legends and Titanfall. I have played Overwatch. I've played maybe Marvel Rivals wasn't out when... I mean, actually, Marvel Rivals definitely wasn't out when development started, but Overwatch has been out for a while. What makes you go, hey, we're starting to see new contenders against Overwatch. Let's also throw our hat in the ring. Like, what makes someone be like, this is what I want to commit my life to for the next 3 or 4 years to develop this game?
Money.
But that's what I mean. Like, that feels like such a non-answer because Freeman, you mentioned the golden age of free-to-play. I'd say we're in the golden age of, like, an indie game can really kill it. Like, you think about...
I don't know. I mean...
If you had a computer and you had $0 to buy games, you're in the golden age of games to play for someone who has $0.
The thing is, the indie game scene, though, like... depending on how you swing it, like it can be super it can be a super gamble.
Oh, for sure. But I just mean it seems like it's a lot less of an investment than a game like this. Like we're in an era where the idea seems to appeal a lot more than like Highguard.
Well, that's the difference between like with Highguard though, Highguard is a game that was like funded where it's like the developers who went to work on this game was immediately starting to get paid. Whereas
okay,
if they
there
went
you go.
indie. Yeah, that's what the difference is. It's like usually with these indie games, you have like a backer or everybody on the team is throwing their money in and they're gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's
I'll
what High Guard kind of was.
I'll put it this way: Steam does a good job of hiding everything behind the games that are actually successful. But like, if you open up, like the Epic Games launcher, you find a lot of these smaller games where they're gambling on the idea of the lower amount of cut that Epic takes from them when you use the Unreal Engine versus Steam taking their flat 30%. But there's just a lot of, I don't want to call it indie garbage, but that's what it is on here.
I mean, shovelware. We have a name for that.
Yeah, sorry, I was politically incorrect. I'll call by its proper title, shovelware.
No, shovelware
Exactly.
is very fair. I just
Yeah,
think
you
about
go-
the fact that like, what's the game in the last year that crashed Steam? Hollow Knight. Which Hollow Knight isn't exactly like a massive team, massive publisher kind of thing. It's like an indie
No, but
darling
they're-
that built up hype over time.
Yeah, but they're almost like an anomaly.
Well, that's what I'm. But then you have High Guard, which just seems to have fallen off the starting line.
Honestly,
I
I
wanna-
didn't even know anything about this. Because I didn't even watch the Game Awards. Yeah, I know, bad gamer.
What?
I mean, I was busy this year during it, so I couldn't. This is the first time in like 3 years that I wasn't able to watch it live.
I didn't give a shit. I legitimately just don't care. Like I put it up there with the Oscars, where, right? It's
Well, it's
funny,
like the
right? It's
Super
like,
Bowl
oh,
for
Tyler.
me. You just watch the trailers.
See, that's even what. We won't even go into that.
What?
Oh, hold on, so real quick, I'm curious if anyone can remember this. So, the studio that was working on High Guard announced in February 2023, so 3 years ago, that they were working on a AAA video game title that ended up becoming High Guard. So they worked on this for 3 years.
Okay.
When did Overwatch become Overwatch 2?
At least 2 years.
Was it 2 years ago?
I straight up don't remember. Overwatch 2 2023. So this thing was
Yeah.
announced and decided to be developed 6 months before the Overwatch 2 rebrand
Well,
happened.
but even without Overwatch 2, that's what I meant. Like there were clones of Overwatch coming out
Yeah.
before Overwatch 2.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to cement the timeline here. So Overwatch had already been floundering when they decided we're going to do another hero shooter. So it's one of those cases where I think we're looking at the lens of like, Concord failed, why are they still doing this? And this is one of those, they had already invested a lot into this. They were releasing one way or the other.
But I'm saying I don't think I don't care about Concord. I'm saying from the lens of why is it like there's such a narrow window when something catches big like Overwatch and the hero shooter genre. You have such a narrow window where it feels like unless you could pivot something you were already developing, you're just like already starting from scratch seems to so rarely work out with these trends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, the billfolds don't give a shit.
Well, no, I get that. I'm just saying as a dev, I feel bad when the big selling point on this was from the guys who worked on a little bit of Titanfall and Apex Legends.
That who knows better than BioWare though?
But what?
That's been BioWare's whole career since Mass Effect 3.
Oh,
They've just
from the
been
people,
jerked
yeah.
around. It's like, oh yeah, from the people who did Mass Effect.
Well, I
and
mean-
before that it was.
Tyler, look what happened with
know.
the High Republic or the
That's what I'm saying. Like the people at the top believe like, oh, like this is what is going well for everybody else, instead of like trying to be. I hate saying this, and this says a lot about me. Gives me a lot of too much background lore for me.
Huh.
But I'm not gonna say where I went to school. But this was their big tagline: innovative. The thing is, like, they're being reactive and not innovative, and that is what is kind of killing them to an extent. Like, from the rip. It just
Gotcha.
yeah, it's just not like they're. It's like because that's what happens there. It's like, oh, like Anthem. Anthem's a perfect example. Where they wanted to make it one thing and people got the wrong idea about what it should have been, and then the developers, try to flip flop around and make it work, and guess what? It didn't work because that's not what people wanted.
That's fair. Anyway, we should
But
move
I got
on.
nothing.
We've beaten the genre worse than the devs have. Let's move on.
All right. Oh, this one's quick.
This one's goofy. So, for some context on what's going
Magic
on
the
here,
Gathering.
a small number of Hasbro investors have come together for a lawsuit against Hasbro. Is it just 2 people?
That's what one of my podcasts said that. I don't know if that's still the case.
Either way, they're suing Hasbro for misrepresenting financials during Q4 of last. I guess technically it's Q3 because their Q4 runs like January to March. So our Q4, the fall to winter season, misrepresenting Hasbro's overall profit stance and how they were handling the growth of Magic the Gathering as a product. One of the big things, especially everyone in the Magic space knows, is for the first time in years, a set got delayed after its previously announced date. This was Laurel and Eclipse, the set that's just out now, was supposed to come out last fall. And then very suddenly and abruptly, Spider-Man took its place as a set. And Spider-Man as a set was not the correct size or setup to be a main set. And it very much looked like, okay, what happened to the shuffle in the schedule?
Well, to be fair, it is not. It was never advertised as a big set.
It never was.
No,
especially when it was originally announced.
It was originally announced. This is a tiny, tiny set.
And then they redid their announcements, bumped everything out, pushed Spider-Man to fall, and then Spider-Man did terribly. Well, I can't say that.
They pushed Lorwyn to now.
Yes, they pushed it out 3 months that Spider-Man could happen in its place. And I don't know about the financials of it. I know that the sentiment around in the Magic community is that this is not a very good set. I don't know how well it's sold. I know it's very easy to get copies of packs now, which is concerning for Universes Beyond product from Hasbro's perspective. Anyway, the point is the lawsuit alleges that basically Hasbro's covering up how highly unprofitable the rest of the organization is, and is making Magic grow faster than is sustainable to cover the rest of the company's losses. And I don't know if they're going to get into, in terms of arbitration, but they're going to try and go after the financial data for the rest of the company to figure out how much is Magic covering the losses of the rest of the company. And this may just be an issue of they need to start reporting Wizards as a profit center separately to show that, hey, even though we're up 500%, like we forced Magic to grow 10x this year in order to get it to cover up the fact that like Barbie isn't selling. No, Barbie's Mattel, right?
Barbie is Mattel.
Sorry, Transformers, whatever. Something Hasbro owns. Covering up Monopoly sales. Point is, I'm genuinely curious about this because if the outcome of this is just that Hasbro has to disclose their financials for the non-Wizard of the Coast stuff, I'm genuinely curious if we get to the point where there's a push to spin off Wizards into its own company.
I mean, there was already kind of that with another. There was like an investor letter that was like, we should spin off Wizards because it actually makes money. They also accused them of something called the parachute method, where, yeah, like you said, Freeman, that's what it's called, where it's like, hey, Wizards is making Hasbro look good to investors, but it's actually terrible. It's just Wizards. The other part of it is also they're saying Wizards is overprinting sets and not maintaining card value, so that they can. They're basically sacrificing the long-term health and profitability of Magic on short-term gains. Not to be a cynic, but isn't this what businesses just do? Like, none of this stuff is illegal. This is all just how every American company operates.
The problem is it boils down to how they interpret what fiduciary duty is. And this is something that I fucking hate and I scream and cry about, especially because the guy who proposed this theory that's now law is named Milton Friedman, and he ruined it for everyone. But the idea is a company has to keep the shareholders' best interest in mind, which is almost always means just profitability.
Yes.
But the problem is, where do you draw the line between next quarter needs to be more profitable than last quarter versus this product needs to be a thing in 4 years? And where you draw the line on what the shareholders want is where it comes into question. Because for the most part, most companies aren't operating more than like 4 quarters out in terms of financials. I know, obviously, Wizards has to because of the lead time on their sets in terms of what they're developing.
Yeah.
So they're kind of locked. They're locked into these short-term strategies longer than everyone else is, which is unfortunate. But I don't know. I'm hoping they don't just settle out of court. I want some type of discovery to come out of this because. Obviously, Wizard of the Coast does not need to disclose everything they do, but as people who are very invested in their products, I'd like to know what they as a company are actually doing if this is going to work.
I just feel like it's not going to affect anything. Like the next, according to, actually this is not really relevant for him, but something that happened a little while ago was Wizards announced that they were going to take the pre-release stamp off of cards that you open in your pre-release pack. They are now, like, remember the old date and then it turned into the year, Freeman? Now they're getting rid of it entirely and you just get a random foil.
Man, fuck that. I like that.
I actually didn't. Because I don't go to pre-releases, so if I want to buy cards, I was always like, what's the cheapest foil available? And usually it was the pre-release, and I'm like, I don't want this stupid date from something I didn't go to. Anyway.
I'm the inverse. I love it, because then it really, really cements what was going on when this card got printed. Like, when was this?
So
even though it has the year on the bottom of the card.
According to Gavin Verhey, one of the reasons they cut it, supposedly, is because now they can move sets around more easily.
Oh, fuck that noise.
Because if Lorwyn had pre-release stamps, we printed them 6 months beforehand to say 2025, and then we decided Lorwyn's going to switch with Spider-Man. Oh, shit. They all say 2025. Whoops. I don't believe that for a second. I think it's all cost savings, because now you don't have to do a separate run of cards that have the stamp on them. You just print foils and just package them differently, and that's it.
Yeah, that's the more likely one.
Yeah, you
optimization of printing.
Exactly, and which makes perfect sense to me from like a manufacturing perspective, especially when you're probably constantly running your printers 24/7 right now because of how many sets you're working on. I think this is just. I don't think anything's going to come of this. I just think it's funny to hear someone issue a lawsuit that basically says what everyone knows that Wizards is doing and Hasbro is doing, but they're not going to change. I mean, they have the next 3 years probably of sets roughly planned out.
Yeah, they're going to keep at this pace. Ultimately, what I'm hoping is just info gets to the shareholders and they can make a decision at the next vote on whatever the fuck is going on about who's going to head the company.
I think the price would have to tank hard for them to actually split Wizards off. I think it's just going to be another, let's just ride it out, everyone will forget the news cycle. All the classic bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not classic bullshit. I thought this was just interesting to me. Because, we're in, not to get too real world for a second, but we're not exactly in the most economically thriving time right now. But in December of 2025, Steam had its biggest month ever in terms of sales. That's wild to me, that we are still in an age where, Xbox is wavering pretty good, but Game Pass is this. I can still hear myself echoing so bad.
Oh, sorry, I'm leaning in, my bad.
It's okay. I wasn't going to say anything until it got actually like I can't even concentrate.
Sorry, I'm adjusting the angle of my mic again.
But I was just thinking about how, Game Pass exists. PS6 is getting there. Switch 2 came out. But, Steam Deck got a refresh with the OLED one. And, a lot of people talk about, Steam sales aren't doing that much. Everything's on sale that's going to be on sale, and the new stuff isn't going on sale fast enough. And yet somehow Steam had its biggest month ever in December. I know I contributed. We bought we all bought Halo Infinite.
I think this of the sales from last year, this is the one that I definitely bought the least out of, because I'm very much realizing, hey, I didn't touch anything I bought this year. I'm kind of throwing my money into the wind.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering what like the big selling games were that were driving it.
If I took a sec, I should have linked an article. Give me 2 seconds to see if I can. Yeah, Steam generated. Oh, the post was deleted. Fuck! I found the Reddit post and it says it was deleted. Boo. Okay, yeah, now I can't find it anymore.
Damn.
Womp womp. Oh well. Anyway, it was a big month for game sales, apparently.
Big month. Also holiday season. The sales were actually pretty good this time, though. Like,
I think also some of the stats are like only what didn't we talk about this off camera, where it was like only maybe less than 10% of purchases were of games in that came out in the last year. Like Steam historically
we're going over something about the Steam charts we did on one of the episodes.
It's like Steam historically is super older game leaning, which I always find hilarious. That's it. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I think it's interesting that Steam is still killing it so much.
Something. They put the consumer first. Something.
Yeah. Once Gabe dies, so does my confidence in the company.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
He's gonna get cryogenically frozen on one of his yachts from his new
Look,
yacht
man.
company.
He might.
After watching, what was the movie? Wolf of Wall Street. I'm always terrified that his yacht's gonna like capsize or some shit.
Oh God. All right, what's next? Oh yeah,
Gojira.
This is just minor, but Godzilla -1 confirmed for November this year.
Oh, neat.
I think we'll all be in theaters together again.
Definitely down for it.
Good. Hopefully it comes
Also,
out during my birthday.
actually, this is oh yeah, hell yeah, that'd be a fun birthday. This is not on the list, but a movie related thing. I saw on Reddit. I don't know if the headline is real, but apparently Dune 3 is still going to be going up against Avengers Doomsday in the winter season, and all the IMAX screens are going to go to Dune instead of Doomsday. Which I just think is what?
Well, that seems insane.
Well, except when you think about the fact that Dune is being shot with IMAX cameras and Doomsday did not. So
okay.
IMAX is doing the thing where they are showing off their technology through the movie. Like, I mean, think about what made IMAX look incredible in the last few years. Like Dune 1 and 2 looked great. Oppenheimer was a big business. I know we're going to talk about Oppenheimer because I watched it, but that movie doesn't really need to be on IMAX. But I know Chris Nolan's movies, Odyssey's coming out soon on IMAX. That's going to be big numbers for IMAX to when Odyssey comes out. That's going to be crazy. Do we want to go see that, by the way?
Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see
I'm
it.
down. Sure.
I'm a Christopher Nolan show, so I'm gonna go watch it.
I'm not, but I wouldn't mind going since I missed out on Oppenheimer. I wouldn't, and this one seems more important to watch on the big screen than Oppenheimer did.
Man, I just want to see someone die. People die over dumb shit like falling off a roof. If that's not in this movie, I'll fucking walk out. I swear.
But yeah, so I just think it's cool that, or it's interesting that, you know, IMAX is leaning towards the movies that cater to IMAX, not maybe the highest selling movie, but the thing that will drive eyes to go see it in IMAX gets the theaters. I think also, didn't I see a headline that Interstellar is coming back for a little bit of a run, or Revenant I think is coming back for a little run in IMAX?
Is Interstellar actually? Because I need to get. I will not name my friends on here, but they're super duper butthurt that I went to go see Interstellar in theaters without them, and they still pester us about it. So if it's gonna go back in theaters, I'm gonna pester them about going to see this.
Hold on. There's a tweet from 1 day ago that I'm trying to load. Oh my God! Oppenheimer and Interstellar back in IMAX for one night on 1/31 and 2/1. So this coming weekend, supposedly, Freeman.
Oh no way!
Oh wait, nope. Readers added context. It's not a worldwide. It's a one-off. It's a one-off event. Lies. Sorry.
Damn.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know. IMAX has a page for Interstellar, but it was for last year when it happened.
Oh, when they did the anniversary showing.
Yeah.
God, such a good movie. All right, I'll just jump to the next one real quick. 'Cause it's super short. But on the topic of movie trailers coming out, the Mario Galaxy movie trailer came out. This one featuring Yoshi. For context, this movie's coming out in like April. I was excited to see the Yoshi trailer because after everything that happened with the first Mario movie, I'm like, are they going to make Yoshi a speaking role and give him a voice actor? And then they didn't. Yoshi just says his name like a Pokemon. So I was shocked they went that route. I'm kind of happy. He doesn't sound like the same Yoshi we all know and love, but he's close enough. The trailer also did have like the Fire Flower and Mario and Luigi shooting fireballs, so good stuff. They had a remix of the World 1-2, the underground theme in it. So all in all, pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to see this one in theaters, but if I have the opportunity to watch it, I probably will.
Freeman, I'd like to congratulate you on having watched the entire Mario Galaxy movie. That's crazy.
Damn. Damn.
Oh, come on. It wasn't that bad.
I didn't watch it. No, what? I didn't say it was bad. I'm just saying it sounds like you saw a little clip of everything the trailer could show you.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were congratulating on watching the first movie. I was like, very confused.
No. I'm saying.
I was like, dang, you guys hated it that much?
No, congratulations. You
I
have
didn't
now
even
seen
see
the entire
it,
movie.
so...
Wait, you didn't see the first one?
I know.
I
have
it's okay.
zero
It's okay.
interest in seeing it.
I feel like I'm mixing
What?
up. No, I saw it later because I saw D&D in theaters with you guys. That we all did go see.
Yeah.
I'm like crossing those wires because those were around the same time.
Did you watch Mario on a plane or
popcorn
something?
No, I thought I watched it with Val, but now I'm like uncertain.
Doubting yourself.
Damn.
Yes, I can't remember. Maybe I bet if I go back through I'll go back through Letterboxd and I'll find out when I watched it.
Right.
Speaking of Letterboxd, we got to keep going because we got a lot of stuff to go through.
Yeah.
This one I actually just added to the show notes because I read this and thought this was pretty interesting. GTA 6 Rockstar has announced that they are actually delaying release of physical copies potentially through into December or even into the new year to avoid leaks from the physical copies.
This is so stupid.
I mean, they did suffer leaks already.
What do you
Not
mean?
that I think they were that damning leaks, but whatever.
What leaks?
I forget what happened, but like someone released like game dev footage. Like
Oh, this was when someone like hacked them and started releasing like the early
yeah,
beta
like,
files for it.
yeah, like shit. Not even beta. Like this was like early shit. Like you could. It wasn't even worth anything. Like it was nothing. It showed you literally nothing. And people were like, oh, then there was like a whole like conversation about like, oh, the game looks bad, but that's like people with like literal zero brain cells, or they're probably rage baiters. Who the fuck knows?
I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on here for a second. This is all an elaborate scheme to get collectors to buy twice. If you buy the physical copy and you can't play it on launch day, but you're such a big fan that you'd buy the physical copy, you're gonna double dip and buy the digital one while you're waiting for your physical to come. All right, taking the tinfoil hat off.
That's fine.
I don't think that's part of it, but I do think that'll happen. I definitely think there will be people who are like, yo, I'm going to buy the digital and then I'll do it again.
Yeah.
I just thought it was very interesting because I'm shocked that they are doing this, where they are going to delay physical of the probably what will be the biggest game of the year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
actually
it's
saw
true.
Super Mario Brothers movie before I saw D&D, so I must have seen Super Mario in theaters. Because we saw D&D in theaters, and they would have been in the same time. Damn.
Just like Super Mario, honestly, don't care that much about GTA 6. In fact, I'm probably gonna wait until this gets ironed out a bit more.
I still need to play GTA 5. I've been dragging my feet on this.
Tyler,
GTA 5 is pretty good.
I feel like what might be a tipping point for you is if a bunch of your friends are like, yo, we're going to do online together.
I'm not, because I remember GTA 5 online, and it was literally insufferable for like 2 months.
Tyler, what do you
I'm
mean?
not going
It's the
through that.
biggest moneymaker in video game history is the...
You're right. You're right.
It's
And
so
guess what?
psycho.
Like, based off of what's going on right now, too, I can tell you right now that GTA Online is gonna be a fucking bust for the first like 3 to 4 months, guaranteed.
You mean because of like what? Like
Just everything, because for some reason, no matter how many times we've gone through this, like developers and publishers just never have enough resources. Their shit's always broken. As a consumer and who's been around the block more than a few times now, unless I'm really excited about the game, I'm probably not gonna play it day one. Like most
definitely.
multiplayer games I've played so far, actually, that have come out more recently, I haven't touched after like a month or so.
Mm-hmm. We haven't played Jump Space in a while.
No, we haven't. They added a lot of stuff.
Really?
But yeah, I don't know. If my friends are on it, then that's cool. I'll probably play with them at some point, but I'm not gonna touch it until it's in a stable state.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know what else doesn't make sense?
Shit. Sorry, I tapped out when you mentioned they updated Jump Space. I was reading the patch notes on SteamDB, and then I forgot we were transitioning. Like, we got another top for the Weeb shit, right? No, we
Nope.
don't. All right, so let's start with the one that's dominating the news right now. So Dragon Ball Super is set to return. They had announced several things all at the same time. I was not following the game announcement, but I'll talk about the anime real quick if you want to do the game stuff, Tim.
No, I was just gonna say it's not even the Dragon Ball Super announcement. It was the Dragon Ball 40th anniversary announcement where they announced 2 anime projects and a game. But you can keep going.
Did they say what game it was?
Yeah. Okay, I'll do the game first. It's called Age.
Yeah, because I didn't hear about it.
It's called Dragon Ball Age 1000, which apparently in the Dragon Ball timeline is like 250 or 280 years after the end of Super or something like that. It's like far and away way ahead in the timeline or something. I don't know. Apparently it's. I don't know if it's a fighting game. I know nothing about it. I just saw that a game was announced and that's when it takes place. But hey, another Dragon Ball game's coming, and I think they also announced what was it called? Sparking Zero or whatever was the game that came out last year. That's also getting new characters. So yeah, they did. Those were the big game announcements. Was this new Age 1000 thing? Apparently some animation was showed off and looked good. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I know. There's a game coming, and I think it's in 27. They said they didn't even say it's this year.
Yeah, and then I'll talk about the anime situation a bit. So everyone online has been screaming, when are we getting the Moro arc? And Moro's like the next villain in the Dragon Ball Super manga, in the arc that takes place after the Tournament of Power, aka the last arc from the Dragon Ball Super anime. The issue is the Dragon Ball Super manga tells a slightly different story than the anime does, to the point where if they just adapted the manga story, it might not work correctly unless they were to hypothetically go and redo the Beerus arc of the anime, which is already a redone version of a movie. Which seems ridiculous because the movie itself was just okay when it came out, and the arc was famous for almost killing Super with how poorly it was animated. So why not do it again? So fall 2026, they're redoing the 6-episode Beerus arc to bring it in line with the animation standards of Super and the plot line that the Dragon Ball Super manga uses, so that we can get Dragon Ball Super, the Galactic Patrol arc, which they haven't given a date for, but everyone's talking 2027. So Dragon Ball Super is coming back. And I don't know how to feel about this.
Dragon Ball just needs to die, man.
The big meme I saw is that, oh god, they're going to remake Resurrection F again, where the movie wasn't good, the anime that made it better was not good, and now it's like we're going to have to sit through this arc again. It's like they're recreating the experience of watching the Saiyan arc on Toonami over and over and over again before finding out if they're going to beat Frieza. Whatever. I'll watch it when the dub comes out, but I'm not excited for this. I mean, like I'm excited for animation, but they just keep beating the dead horse.
It's a dead horse.
I just don't.
Yeah.
In fact, he's literally the pace or the horse is so dead it's already glue, man. Like,
can I just ask, what the like what is in this arc that they missed the first 2 times? For this new villain? Like,
I mean,
why do they
the issue is that the manga adaptation came afterwards, and the manga did its own thing, and they never intended for the anime and the manga to really both coexist. And then the anime ended, and the manga's just been going, and it's still popular. So everyone's just like, maybe we should adapt the manga into an anime, even though it's technically would be a different anime than Dragon Ball Super. And now they're trying to coalesce everything together. because they've already done this before. One of the big things with so when Resurrection F came out, there was zero explanation of what the fuck Super Saiyan Blue was. It just shows up. So when they did in Super, they had this whole arc where they're effectively learning about it, and they seeded a lot of random lines here and there. Where his name isn't Beerus. What the fuck is his name? The tall pink dude who's Beerus's. You think he's his assistant, he's actually his boss. Reese. Where he starts seeding the idea of you're thinking too much. You need to act on instinct and instinct alone. So they were feeding Ultra Instinct during the anime adaptation of Resurrection F. So like a full 100 episodes before it was a thing. So they already kind of knew what they were doing, but this is a case of just not having the foresight to know that the manga was going to do it even more different. So on another remake, they're going to do this again. So they've already set the precedent of we need to redo it, but allude to the stuff that we want to have happen later. Otherwise, it sounds like an asshole. Hint: it is.
But what is it?
What is what?
What is the Aspol?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't read the manga.
Oh, okay. I thought you.
No, it probably has something to do with the nature of the destroyers and how they fit in with the larger in-universe thing. Because without getting too big into Dragon Ball Super, the whole idea was there were different universes, and I think that we're going back to the part where it's like, okay, keep the universes separate. Let's have all of the shit going in our universe be the storyline. And then they kind of lost it when they created the Demon Realm for Dragon Ball Daima, and it's just like they just keep adding layers onto shit and retconning stuff. Like the Kais are now all demons. And they've been from a demon realm, but only 3 of them were like, oh, fuck it, we'll be gods in Universe 7 or something. I don't know. They're almost retroactively adding too much stuff that they have to then retroactively make it so the stuff that they previously added retroactively fits in with their new stuff. And it's a shit show. I don't like it. But the fight animation is going to be fire. Anyway, moving on.
Is it supposed to look like Daima or no?
I don't know. Because like, here's the thing: when you had them not as kids, like the adult fighting animation was great. It was not Broly level, but it was up there with like End of Super.
Is it sad to think that maybe we've seen the peak of all time Dragon Ball animation with the Broly movie?
I wouldn't be surprised if we did. There's no way they're going to do that on a TV anime, especially because keep in mind it's also Toei Animation. They're famous for cutting corners. They finally got to the point where they're like, we actually legitimately can't produce One Piece as a weekly anime anymore, so we're moving to 1 season on, 1 season off, which may just be for pacing reasons. Except then they came out and said, no, we're going to animate at the same number of chapters per episode that we previously did, so it's just as dog shit slow. We're just only releasing half the episodes in a year. This is the same studio who's like, yeah, let's do Super again. Who got bullied off the internet after they butchered the first 12 episodes of it. So Jesus. I have my doubts about them going all out with animation for this, even though this is really their like, what's the term? Golden Goose.
I was gonna say, what could earn Toei more money than
Golden
Dragon
Goose.
Ball?
Nothing. But how little can they put in to get some golden eggs out of the Golden Goose?
You know what I wish brought all the money? A confirmation of Vinland Saga Season 3.
It'd be great if we had that.
If only Friedman hadn't ruined it when I sent this message to everybody. I was so excited.
I mean, he's got a point, though. You need to curb that expectation, dog.
No, I don't want to curb anything.
You gotta.
It's Vinland.
Dude, I did not even look that far. I saw this. I didn't see it on r/anime. I didn't see it on my anime list. I went to the third best source. I went to r/Vinland Saga and saw the sticky post about how this isn't actually confirmed.
It's all these people saying, no, it's not. And I just want them to be wrong because I want Vinlando.
Trust me, when Vinland gets announced, it'll be from legitimate sources. It'll be the top post on r/anime when it happens.
It was. That's the problem. And then everyone was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, anytime it comes from a source that isn't in Japanese, like the fact that it was an interview at a French newspaper, I'm like, okay, this is
no Japanese artist, no Japanese mangaka would give a French news source the real scoop.
No way, not after Paris Syndrome was a thing, or I think that's what it's called.
Oh boy, this one was confirmed though.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about it on the last episode. It just kind of released.
No, because we haven't done a podcast since New Year.
I know, but they had like announced it. It was like right after Thanksgiving. They announced that the Kaguya Love is War franchise was going to get a movie/OVA releasing that, unfortunately, because I don't think we're getting more seasons. They did a loose flash forward adapting key chapters.
No.
But
We only knew about the short project that is on the watched section. And then after that, they confirmed there is going to be a movie after this.
oh, yeah, no, I was talking about the OVA
Oh,
specifically.
okay, yes,
part.
the OVA that we will talk about later. Yes.
Yeah. So they announced they're doing this OVA that's going to adapt several chapters and flash forward, but they announced that it was like it's coming out a month from now, which was crazy. And it released. It was great, but then after the OVA came out, they announced that we're getting another Kaguya movie, which, as someone who doesn't read the manga, I don't know. I don't know how much there is after the chapters we saw in the OVA to adapt, or if this is another idea of them just gathering gathering chapters that didn't get animated into a loose compilation movie. I don't know what the format's going to be, but I think this is the final project for the franchise.
This whole thing is done for me. Honestly, I'm over it.
Tyler, I would have said the same thing, but like Freeman said, we'll talk about it more. Those 2 OVA episodes were pretty great, actually. But I will say, Freeman, it's funny.
I've seen enough. I am satisfied.
No, that's fair. The Quest for the Best guys have talked about it since they made these announcements on their podcast, because obviously those guys are way more dialed in on anime than we are. They were talking about how Jeff, Mother's Basement, watched or read all of Kaguya. And he's like, yeah, they're skipping most of the best arcs for all of the other side characters because they could have done all that, and they're just fast forwarding to the very end, and that's it. There was a ton of other stuff in the manga, but it was 99% about the side characters having character development and relationship development, and they're just throwing all that out and like, yeah, Kaguya, and then we're done.
That makes sense. It was the same problem I had with Horimiya, where once the main couple gets hit, it's like, well, now we can't really use them for fun plot lines. Let's expand the side cast and have them all have romantic issues.
Or, Freeman, you pull the 100 girlfriends and you just keep growing the main cast. It works perfectly.
Look, man, it's either you go all in on the couple or all in on everybody. There's no in between.
No, that's fair, especially when it comes to the anime. Like, I can see the manga being willing to take that time, but the anime less so.
Gotcha. All right, next one. I was thinking about this one today because I remember that we put it on the show notes. But the Konosuba animation project, of which the media type had not been confirmed, is now finally confirmed to be a new season. And also, I think we have it wrong on the notes. It's season 4. I think we already watched.
Probably a typo for me.
Yeah, so Konosuba's getting a new season. I thought long and hard about this, not about Konosuba, about the nature of them doing this. And I realized 100% of this is Kadokawa was like, hey, we want there to be a new anime, but we also haven't discussed with any studios or got anybody on board with this. So we're going to announce an anime project and not call it a season because we haven't actually spoken with anyone capable of producing a season. So we're not going to call it that till we actually get a studio on board. And this sounds like, all right, cool, we got everyone lined up for it. Announce that it's going to be a season because we have a director in a studio. So excited we're getting more of this. Especially how funny the last season was.
I need this like air though.
Damn! Wow, that's high praise, Tyler. Considering we were all kind of like okay on the last season.
I like the last season too.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked it.
I don't think it was. It didn't slap as much as season 1 of the movie.
No. Oh my god.
I still loved it.
Tyler,
it's still hilarious.
Genuine question: do you guys think we overhyped the movie?
Absolutely.
Fuck no.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I rewatch it still. Then it's just as funny.
I'm not arguing whatsoever. I'm just wondering because I still always remember how you guys are like, yeah, we're the only people who laughed in the theater, and I'm like, I don't understand if that's physically possible. That part was so funny.
That whole theater had problems, bro. I to this day, bro. I don't understand.
It is so easy to think of not just that moment, but we're talking about Konosuba. My brain flashes to Freeman. I think we watched it together, right? Or did we all three watch? No, Freeman. We watched season 3 with Val. Tyler, sorry.
Oh, excuse me, Jesus.
We watched season 3, Freeman. You and I. Val didn't want to, and Tyler watched it on his own.
Yes.
I still remember, Freeman. You've probably never heard me laugh as hard as the Aqua and Kazuma at the fancy restaurant.
The wine
with the
bit,
pauses.
yeah.
Oh,
Yo.
Dude, Tyler, I know I told you this in the moment. I was crying laughing at that. Peak Konosuba. if they can even have one moment like that, it's worth. Hashtag worth. Oh, man.
All right, then last thing for the Weeb show. This one's super short. Netflix and Mappa announced like a permanent partnership going forward, where I think all Mappa produced shows are now going to exclusively come to Netflix. Good, I guess. I'm kind of annoyed because it means a lot of shows are now split between some seasons are on Crunchyroll, some are going to be on Netflix. Shit's weird. I don't know if it means Crunchyroll's going to start losing rights to stuff they previously had. It's kind of weird. I mean, thankfully, Netflix is not in danger of going away. As a platform, they're going to stick around because they have this agreement. It's not like stuff's going to leave Netflix that belongs to Mappa. But I'm always hesitant to celebrate platform-specific exclusive partnerships these days.
I just think this sucks because Mappa has been doing a lot of the big famous stuff. Like that I mean, it makes sense from Netflix's perspective for sure, but now it's like RezeArch, or like if that movie wasn't already confirmed coming to Crunchyroll, like eventually that would just go to Netflix. Or the next big shonen. I mean, if JJK gets another movie, that could realistically just go straight to Netflix.
Is if Netflix is like, hey man, the new season of Chainsaw Man is massive. We're not going to release it until it's dubbed in 13 languages. Does this mean every Mappa show is now stuck in Netflix jail?
Or do they do batch releases, which I don't want? Me. I hope for your guys' sake Steel Ball Run isn't a batch release.
I'm not even caught up, so I don't even care.
Fuck me. Did they announce...
Isn't Steel Ball Run the almost standalone JoJo part where you can just watch it as its own show?
It is. You can go in blind because like all right, I'm gonna spoil the end of JoJo Part 6, but the villain tries to imitate some time loopy shit and he ends up creating alternate timelines, and this takes place in an alternate one.
Gotcha.
Just skip Part 6.
This is the one Araki originally didn't even say was JoJo.
I don't think there's any confirmation about anything about the release format for Steel Ball Run. Except the first episode's a double-length episode. Nice.
A lot of shows doing that these days. What was I going to say? Fuck. I had something I wanted to say while you were looking that up. Oh.
Anyway, that's it for the Weeb shit.
Well, actually, real quick. To the Netflix and Mappa thing. It's interesting to see, though, you know, we talk about anime so much, and anime is such a big thing culturally around the world. Apparently only 4% or something, I saw it, like Netflix did their end of year statistics that they, you know, whatever public numbers count for, but only like 4% of all Netflix viewing time was anime.
Damn.
And then Dan to Dan season 2 was the most watched anime thing with like 14 million streams. K-pop. Now, obviously, K-pop Demon Hunters is the biggest thing that was on Netflix of last year.
Yeah.
426, I think, million views. So, and that's one movie. That's not anime. So it's just interesting to see that. I'm glad to see that Netflix is spending the money. And it is honestly, as weird as it is to say, considering it's Netflix, I'm glad to see someone not letting Crunchyroll just kind of run away with things. Because as much as Netflix is frustrating, Crunchyroll is also turning into a pile of shit a little bit. So kind of don't want to see Crunchyroll have this pure monopoly on the industry. And I feel like Mappa is just a huge thing.
Yeah. The big thing this is probably getting nitpicky. As a weeb, Netflix's subtitles are worse than Crunchyroll's in terms of like subtitle placement. But this may not be an issue going forward now that Crunchyroll wants to lower the quality of their subtitles. But
yeah,
shit's annoying either way. All right. Time to start the watch/played section.
Holy shit, so much watched and played. Well, Henry woke me up at 3:30 in the morning, so yeah, I'm a little tired today.
Oof.
All right, who wants to start? Looks like Tyler, you're on the first.
Oh, is it my shit? Oh, it is my shit. God, listen, if you want to see something with the worst detective ever in like film, watch His and Hers, the Netflix exclusive. It's not that good except for the last 15 minutes.
Tyler, you know, I had someone telling me I should watch it and that it was pretty good.
I mean, you can. it has some good acting in it. Like it has like a pretty solid cast. Like Master Chief's in it. He's all right. John Berthnell plays John Berthnell, but I always like seeing him and stuff. Like I don't know, man, he's cool. Um, who else is in it? Valkyrie is in it. She fine as hell, but that's really it. Um, some of the acting is pretty solid. Like there's some dialogue between John Berthnell and Valkyrie that's like pretty good. Aside from that, it's not it's not good. John Berthnell plays literally the worst detective I've ever seen in literally anything.
Amazing.
Like even when I tried giving him the benefit of the doubt, I was like, wow, this is just way more disappointing than I could have ever imagined. Good lord, like it was bad. At least that part was bad. Yeah, I would honestly miss it. Um I also watch, I guess another aside too, because this also brings me to I watched another Netflix exclusive. Bring it kind of back to Netflix real quick. I watched The Rip also,
Mm.
and I did like that movie. I enjoyed that movie, but it was really fucking stupid. Like, as in for stupid people.
Give me like the two sentence summary of what this is,
Like including spoiler or just like what it's about.
including spoiler. I'm probably not watching this.
Um, what's it called? Matt Damon plays a cop with Ben Affleck. Matt Damon gets a tip that there's a bunch of money at this house, and throughout the entire movie, he's trying to figure out who the dirty cops are that are trying to quote steal this rip. For some context, the like this was quote based on a true story was not based on a true story. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much the whole movie. It's he's trying to figure out who the dirty cop is, and it's like a everybody's pointing fingers at each other action movie where it does a lot of things right, but I feel like you could tell where it's like the movie wanted to go a certain way and people stepped in and were like, yeah, no, we have to like literally draw this in crayon for the
Nah.
viewer. How can we do that? And they explain what they're doing at least once every 15 minutes. And it's really obnoxious.
Isn't that like the new Netflix rule supposedly?
I guess
That
so.
all Netflix things have to audibly explain because people are spending so little time actually watching movies now.
Everything's gonna be too screenable.
I did hear something like that, and that probably honestly after watching this, it's true. Like I gave it a like I probably would watch this again, but like it's really fucking stupid. Like I honestly it probably should bring it down to like a 3. Just because how stupid it is, and it was also pretty predictable, given like who they paired it. Like in my review, I even said like it's kind of a spoiler, but it's easy to tell that spoiler. So skip ahead however long. I'm giving people a chance to if you really want to see this movie. But honestly, listeners, if you're listening to this, you're not retarded. I believe in you. Um, but like given the promotion, like Ben Affleck is not in on it, and he's on the up and up, but they make that whole movie where it's like, oh, who's the dirty cop? Anybody could be the dirty cop. It's like, no, you marketed this movie as both of them. Of course, both of them are gonna be the good guys. Both of them being Matt Fleck, right? Like, I don't know. I felt like that was kind of like from the get, and if it turned out that one of them or both of them were dirty cops, then that would be surprising. But it just seemed very predictable.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
But if you want something mindless, go watch it. It's actually like the action scenes are pretty good.
Noise.
I always forget how many movies they're in together. I didn't put it on the list, but I finally had a chance to rewatch Dogma now that I have it on Blu-ray. So having recently watched an older movie with them in it and hearing another new movie with both them starring in it.
Oh yeah, it's actually the best part about that movie. Really, is their on-screen chemistry. IMO. If Matt Damon wasn't like already married for a long ass time, he probably should have married Ben Affleck. Honestly, I'm being 100%. 100%. Listen, here's a mini topic. What do you guys think? Maybe I could be the only one in this. This is gonna sound super gay, but it makes a lot of sense. In these love triangles, do you think the dudes should just be together, bro? Think about it.
Like a true
Naruto and
triangle,
Sasuke.
not a love angle, a love
Yeah,
triangle.
yeah.
Well,
But
never
like,
forget Naruto and Sasuke kiss in episode 2 of the anime. Never
bro,
forget this.
yeah, dude, tell me it don't work. Tell me it don't work. Tell me Harry and Ron just aren't it, bro. Actually, yeah, that makes even more sense because you know damn well Harry wanted to fuck Ron, but he's like, I can't. He's the homie. I'm gonna get with his sister instead. No, is it just me? It might just be me. Fuck. Shit. This is how ships happen, bro. I'm not even.
God.
I'm not even on. I was about to out somebody in the group for reading smut, but I won't do that to them. I won't. But I'm not even on that. I swear, listener, I'm not even on that. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I'm just saying.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I read this book called Isles of Ember Dark. It was really good. It's actually even like a pretty solid standalone book, I think. Even though it gives a lot up about like the world building and stuff for this Brandon Sanderson universe.
So it's part of a larger universe, but the book itself is standalone.
Yes, it is standalone. I'm trying to determine if anyone could read it though.
Like you need more background info to like really get it.
You need more background info to like get it, but yeah, you know what? I think honestly, this would be a good book after like reading a few other books under your belt. Like I don't think it's anything crazy for someone to read. Like you can read this book and get it. And I think that's why I like this book. It's not like some of his other stuff that he's been coming out with recently, where you might have heard me say like, "Oh well, you could read it. You're just gonna be behind." Right? And that's been a big complaint about a lot of his books lately, like within the last couple of years, especially his last book that came out, which was number 5 of Stormlight Archive, which, you know, Michelle and I were not a huge fan of.
Mm-hmm.
And after reading this book, I was like kind of surprised. I was like, wow, I actually like this book. I could even see myself reading this book again. So,
nice.
Yeah. I think it's worth it.
Ember Dark is also a good name.
Ember Dark is a cool name. It's also a cool concept if you ever read it.
Ooh.
It's like outer space, but not really.
Interesting.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
You have to read it to find out.
It's inner space.
Yeah, you gotta read it to find out. I've been in a detective thing recently, so I picked up a game randomly during the detective sale. Funny enough, I was like, wow, what a coincidence. So I bought this game called The Curse of the Golden Idol, and it's just a deduction game where like you get like different scenarios of people who died, and it all connects to like an overarching story. So the entire game you have to figure out the vertical slices, and you have like sub objectives. Like you have this objective of like piece together the timeline of events that happened and why they happened. And then you have sub objectives like, oh, there were people sitting at this table. Figure out who sat at the table. Figure out the ranks of these cult members and like who they are, right? So it tries to world build like it tries to world build by you trying to figure things out. To also put together that like I said, that overarching story. It was really fun. If you like deduction games, this is it. It's pretty cool.
I've gone through and tried a couple of those, so that might be interesting.
I had it on my wish list for a while, and then I ended up taking it off. But do you think it's worth getting?
I mean, it was like what? I think it was like $10 or something like that. It was worth it. There were some ones that I play or some vertical slices like scenarios though where I was like, are you fucking serious? Like I would have never guessed this. Like, but it was like 2. The rest of them were fun though.
Gotcha.
And then at the end they make you like come together and be like, all right, now summarize the entire thing if you think you know everything. It's pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed it for what it was. Yeah, it's right now it's $18, but I got it on sale for 10. I think it was worth the 10.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to play another
That
game.
was
I have Obra Dinn downloaded,
Ooh, that's supposed
but
to be a banger.
yeah, Michelle wants to play it with me, so I'm like, all right, I'll wait for that. But I want to play that. There was another game I wanted to play that was on the sale, but I was like, I'll probably wait for it. Oh, what was it? It was called The Seance of something.
Oh, I know this one.
The Seance of some bullshit. Seance of Blake Manor. That's it. I played the demo of that and I was like, oh, this is kind of neat.
Oh, this one looks cool graphics wise. It's got that like fake 2D over 3D look.
Yeah, I love the art style. But right now I decided to kind of prime myself for a possibly horror game. I'm playing Alien Isolation right now.
Ooh, nice.
Yo, listeners, if you guys have any sort of advice for a dude trying to survive the fucking alien, I don't know how this guy works. I die so many times. I honestly think it's just bad luck. It's just bad luck. Like I hate it. I go to pick this thing up. I can't skip anything. The game does not pause for you. I'm literally in the middle of picking up this key item, and the fucking thing kills me. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Aiden watched me die like 100 fucking times because I'm like, all right, well, I don't know how to get through this. Like, bullets do nothing. Because he was like, oh yeah, like he responds like the monster in oh my god, what's that game I played? Amnesia the Bunker, right? And I'm like, oh okay, Amnesia the Bunker. Like, I played that game. I love that game. Um, throw flares, fucker does nothing. I think he gets like distracted, but like he only really gets distracted and responds to it like if you use them and he like gets distracted a little bit. But like if he's charging at you, nothing. If you spark it near him, he comes right at you. Shoot the gun at him, does nothing. I'm like, can I not do anything? I threw like a fucking noisemaker to distract him while I tried to go somewhere else. Didn't even go for it. I'm like, okay, fuck me, I guess. Whatever. I'm also watching Mad Men.
Ooh.
Nice.
This
Still
show
want to
is
get around
really
to starting
fucking
it.
good, dude. This show is good. I didn't realize the guy who worked on this guy worked on The Sopranos,
Oh.
like the showrunner. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. I'm like, you know what? This also makes sense. Um, looking at a thing, uh, you know, looking at toxic masculinity, but instead of looking at it through the eyes of the mob, the lens of the mob, it's the lens of 1960s ad agency. It's cool.
It's I've seen clips before. It seems very good. It's one of those like, boy, I wish I had time to commit to these like hour-long episode HBO shows
Dude,
to
it's
watch
good.
one of
Actually,
these.
yeah, this was on AMC.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's right. This wasn't an HBO show. It's like it's one of the HBO off HBO shows.
Yes. Dude, this was a good one. I mean, I'm not done with it yet. I'm like a third of the way through season 3 right now, but it's good so far. It's the first 2 seasons were fucking perfect.
Damn. Okay.
The
Perfect.
question is, at what season does it start to fall off?
Who knows? I'm actually waiting for that shoe to drop.
Dang.
Really waiting for that shoe to drop. But hey, man, season 1 and 2 were really good. I'm not kidding. Like season 1 and 2 are that good in my opinion.
Tyler, good news. You only have 4.5 more seasons to go.
I know, and it sucks too because I feel like I'm gonna run into the same issue I did with fucking Homeland, where I was loving Homeland, and then there might have been a clear break where the show was gonna end, and it's like, well, we have to keep going. So here's us just we're turning the horse into glue.
Well, Tyler, I do have. I don't know if it's even good news, but I just opened the IMDb page just to look at the show. When you scroll down to episodes, two of the two top rated episodes are from the end of near the end of season 3 and in season 4. So you at least have some time apparently before the shoe drops, if it does.
True, if it does. The fuck is Gucci Gang? What is this?
I put this on the list just because I'd never seen you give anything such a terribly low review on Letterboxd, at least not for quite a while. So I wanted to hear you just talk about how shitty Gucci was.
Bro,
for 5 seconds.
Right. I put on that I DNF'd this.
I know.
And when I wrote the review, the movie was still going. And all right.
What's the movie name?
Huh?
House of
What's
Gucci.
the movie name? Because the listeners don't know.
Oh, right. Yeah, the House of Gucci. House of the Gooch, as we jokingly called it the entire movie. Oh my god, this movie was terrible. Do not watch this movie. Speaking of Alien, because this what fucked me up. I was playing Alien. I stopped watching this movie to play Alien Isolation. And my friend's girlfriend was playing this movie because she's Italian. I gotta watch this movie because I'm Italian. We're like, whatever, man. So she puts it on. Guess who fucking directed it?
I
Also, I'm getting
like
feedback.
No way. Ridley
yeah,
Scott?
I'm hearing echoes too.
Ridley.
Oh, sorry, because I'm leaning in too hard.
Ridley Scott, bro.
Get the
I
fuck
was
outta
like, no fucking way, dude. No way.
Ouch.
No way. I couldn't believe it.
Letterboxd
I could
is
not
averaging
believe
at a
it.
3 or a 2.9 for us Letterboxd average.
Yeah, it's abysmal. What's worse is, right, like I said, I stopped watching this movie. Actually, I left the stream up. Right? So it's there so I can laugh at it, right? And I walk away, I basically stop paying attention to it. There's like a time skip like from act 2 into 3. And we're getting towards the end of the movie, and I'm just like, yo, how much you want to bet that this, and this happens? And she was like, Tyler, you haven't even been watching the movie. How do you know that's going to happen? I was like, I don't need to watch this movie to know what's going to fucking happen. I'm like, this movie's bad. It's going to end bad. And literally almost down to the fucking scene is what happens. And mind you, so listeners, yes, I learned after the fact that this was based off of an actual story. I did not know that going in. I swear to you, I had zero fucking clue that this was a real event, and how the events unfolded is apparently actually how it happened in real life to a certain degree. I didn't know that. I called it because this movie was fucking shit tier, and like anyone with half of a brain could also call this movie. See, and I said this about His and Hers and The Rip earlier too. I'm not trying to play off of that I'm smart or anything. I swear to you, I'm not. Like, you just watch all of those things. In fact, yeah, you know what, listeners, watch all 3 of these things and come back into the comments, and you can let me know if you were stumped or not. I guarantee you won't be, though. I guarantee we have smart listeners. I think
All 3 of them are geniuses.
all 3 of them. Yes, but don't watch it though. It's a miss. Moral of the story. So yeah, but that was the spoiler though for me, where it's like I put it on as a DNF, but I actually ended up seeing most of it, including the ending.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's no good. Can we talk about something good though? Can we talk about Kingdom Hearts, please?
Sure. I mean, I've been having these strange thoughts lately. Like, is any of this real or not? Anyway, I was looking for a game to play with Liz because she just wanted to backseat a game, and she knows nothing about Kingdom Hearts 1 to know. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's do this. So I fired up the Kingdom Hearts HD collection. that I've known that I've had for years but never actually loaded up. And I played a good chunk last week, and I think I made it through Wonderland. I made it through Tarzan World. I made it through like the first half of Hercules. Now I'm on like the second set of worlds. So all in all, fun. I will say though, this is my first time playing the HD collection, and this is also my first time playing Kingdom Hearts on a screen that isn't a CRT, and it looks so much different than I remember. I kind of wish there was a way for me to put a CRT filter on in some way to make it look more like I remember this game looking like.
I mean, you can just come over, bro.
I know. I want so badly to just play on your specific CRT. I think it's beautiful. But Kingdom Hearts 1 is fun. I am getting back in the flow of how the game used to play. It did bug me when I first started realizing how absolutely brain dead some of the early worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1 was. Like, legitimately, and I shit you not, the plot of the Tarzan world is you start up in the treehouse, and it's like, well, let's go to the camp. So you go down 3 layers, you get to the camp. The camp's like, oh, wow, really? What's everyone doing here? We need to go back to the treehouse. You go up to the treehouse where the hunter is, and the hunter's like, I'll meet you back at the base camp. So you go back down to the base camp, and he says, okay, meet me back up the treehouse. You get to the treehouse, like, he's not here. Maybe he's still at the camp. So you go back to the camp, and you fight the boss, and that's it. That was the world. It was you go up and down from the base camp to the treehouse over and over again. And I forgot that that's what levels in Kingdom Hearts 1 were. There was not a lot of Disney going on. There was very minimal character voicing. But the gameplay's still fire, so I'm having fun. But on the topic of returning to games where gameplay is fire, Monster Hunter Wilds released the last of their title updates before they stopped doing content updates and they go radio silent for a year before they're like, surprise, we're releasing the expansion, Monster Hunter Wilds Iceborne, or whatever the fuck they're going to call it. But now that all of the content is out, and I didn't log in when Title Update 3 happened 3 months ago, I logged in to see what I'd missed out on. And holy fuck, they were listening when people said this game is too easy, because all of the new monsters they added are so frustratingly difficult, I almost don't want to play.
Damn, they said
wow.
And here's the thing, there's precedence for this, because when Monster Hunter World was out, before they had Iceborne, they released several monsters that were just stupidly difficult, like when they did the Final Fantasy XIV crossover, they had Behemoth, who I have yet to kill with a group. I ended up farming parts off of it by using part breaking skills and just literally beating the shit out of it but not finishing quests. And they did the same thing again in Wilds. They added a monster directly from Final Fantasy XIV, but this one has clear raid mechanics where your party necessitates having a tank, a healer, a melee DPS, and a range DPS. And that'd be neat, except there's no way to pick who's in your team on Monster Hunter. If you play with randoms, you're playing with randoms. So getting a kill on this thing without a coordinated group of 4 people is like next to impossible. And they added another monster who's just straight up difficult, who I'm convinced I can get a kill on. And I realize I may have to solo hunt it because the average player skill is not amazing. So Wilds is in a weird spot where 90% of the game is brain dead easy, and then like the last 3 monsters are really difficult.
That's way
and they added more difficult variations on some of them. They added way more stuff to grind for, because it was very easy, especially with base Wilds, just like be done with it very quickly. So they added some legs to it. I'll probably play it a little bit, but I'm not super obsessed with Wilds like I was last year when it came out. So it'll be a fun little distraction before I forget about it. And then that was it for games. But then for movies, I ended up going to the theaters to see this one, Marty Supreme. So this one starring Timothée Chalamet. I've seen so many memes about it and how it's just a wild movie. So I went to go see it with no context besides knowing it's a movie about a ping pong player. And that was all the context you need, because this movie is wild. I enjoyed it, but it was just like, I'll put it this way, it was stressful to watch. There's always something to be stressed or concerned about, because Marty he's hustling every person he talks to. Everyone he talks to could find out he's bullshitting them and want to kill him. And it's like that for 2.5 hours. So it
sounds like Uncut Gems.
Isn't it the same director?
Oh, I think it is. Yeah, let me see.
Because that's another one that I want to watch. I'm still really upset that I didn't see it in theaters.
If Marty Supreme is exactly like
same director, yeah.
Oh, then yeah, then you would like Uncut Gems, because that movie is just
dang. All right,
stress the movie.
Sounds like I'm watching Uncut Gems, because it was hilarious. I went. Alexa went along and she's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I don't think anything's happening here. And in the 3 minutes that she left, so much shit hit the fan. She comes back with like multiple characters like bleeding. There was a shootout. There's a car accident. She's like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, honestly, it would take me more time than you were gone to explain what the fuck happened in the last 3 minutes.
Ouch.
So it was definitely an interesting watch. I enjoyed it. I would definitely watch it again when it comes out on streaming.
Another good one, actually. I actually think I like, at least I saw one other movie by him. I saw Good Time with Robert Pattinson. That was actually a pretty good movie.
Hold on, I gotta start adding all of these to my Letterboxd
Yeah,
watch
you
list.
should watch it. I think you would also like Good Time. Good Time is pretty good.
Good Time. Throw it on the list. All right. In terms of other movies, I'm not gonna rewatch this one on streaming because it came out exclusively on streaming. The movie "The People We Meet on Vacation," which is another movie adapted from a book. Liz was reading this book right in the lead up to it releasing, so she wanted to watch it. And good lord, they changed so much stuff; it infuriated her during the movie. For some context, on how the book works, it's about these two friends, and it recants the last like 10 years of them going on vacation together. And the plot is always they're on vacation and they just meet new people and just crazy stuff happens with the people that they meet on their vacations. And it starts off correct where the first two that they show you in flashbacks, they do meet fun people on vacation. But then they kind of cut that because they wanted to focus more on the relationship of the main two characters for the rest of the film, including combining several of the vacations that happen in the book into a singular vacation that manages to not accomplish any of the things that happen on the two vacations it squashes. So this seems like very much a we're making a movie based on the name, but we're not really keeping with the spirit of what made the book good in the first place. There's so little focus on who they meet on vacation, which is according to Liz, the entire point of the book. So they really missed what made it good and worth adapting in the first place. So very unfortunate. I don't think I rated it very highly on Letterboxd. Don't recommend this one. And the next one, also on streaming, also not sure if I recommend this movie to people. This is an anime movie called 100 Meters. It's about these two kids. It starts off when they're really young. There's a time skip when they're in high school, and then it concludes when they're both at like professional athletics level. And the two of them just both want to run. They both are obsessed with the 100-meter sprint. And the appeal of this movie is the animation style. A lot of it was like rotoscope drawn over real life video people running. It's got a very distinct art style. It's not that long movie. I think it's like an hour 40. All in all, the plot's not super strong. The animation, I would say it's polarizing. If you can't appreciate like the rotoscope look, then it's going to be rough. But if you can get past that, I thought it was really good looking. I enjoyed it. As someone who likes sports anime, this wasn't your usual thing. This very much felt more like they filmed a live action Japanese movie and then they went and animated it. So it doesn't have the same like anime sensibilities you'd expect from a sports anime movie, and it's more of just a general sports story about kids growing up, but it's just all about track. All in all, pretty good. I don't remember. I think I maybe gave it a 7. I don't think it's for everyone, but all in all, good movie.
I've
then
heard
last
it's very
thing-
good. The Mother's Basement again, Freeman. He was like crazy. He was like, "This is possibly my favorite anime movie ever," or in the top 20 now.
It's weird because I almost like all of the things that I think are good about it are almost in spite of it being an anime movie. Like it almost doesn't feel like anime. But that, not to say that it isn't a good movie. You know what I mean? Like it's like if I go and I put it up there with the other anime movies of the year, and unfortunately most of them are shonen, it felt so different.
Mm-hmm.
Even compared to something like when I went to go see Perfect Blue for its re-release last year, where that's distinctly an anime movie, as opposed to being a movie that happens to be animated. And then the last thing in terms of live action shows, I finished this one last night because we need to clear out our backlog before new shows start. But I finished watching Alien Earth, and I've watched the last. There's 8 episodes total. I watched 5, 6 in a batch, then 7, 8 in a batch. And overall, I liked what they were doing with this whole alternate plot line of alien humans just not realizing they shouldn't be messing around with these dangerous aliens. But like, I straight up. And I'm not going to like spoil it, but Tyler, you know what I'm talking about. Everything about the way they handled the kids in this show, the idea about putting these kids in these super augmented synthetic bodies and then giving them 0 adult supervision, and then giving one of them admin access to your entire island via touchscreen, absolutely stupid.
It's a hot take for sure. For sure. Speaking of Alien, looping back to Aliens.
I mean, overall, I'm interested. I know they blatantly left it open for season 2, and I'm interested enough to watch season 2. But it's weird. I don't know. Everything not involving the kids, like the entire episode with the flashback to like the ship getting sabotaged, I thought it was great. But just all the kid stuff just was so uninteresting to me personally. I'm not sure how did you feel about it?
About the kid. So like, yeah, the kids did kind of put me off. I mean, it makes sense, and they did touch on it a lot, but like, I, yeah, it was weird. It was weird, and I think a lot of the decisions were dumb, and I think they were all made to kind of like progress the story along, and that was like part of my criticism about the show as a whole. Um, but man, it looked cool as fuck.
Yeah, any opportunity to watch a xenomorph destroy people is a
Yeah,
good opportunity.
and I said this before when I watched Romulus, and when I mentioned this show too, like the retro future aesthetic, or like whatever they got going on, this alien aesthetic, is just really fucking cool, and I hope they stick to it. And I'm curious to see what they're gonna do in the future. I know they're melding this and the Predator universe again. They're trying this whole thing again and seeing what's
They're gonna do with
happening.
the
So
alien. 'Cause I know
Oh
they
boy.
distinctly said the Alien Earth universe is different from the Alien cinematic
oh,
timeline.
is it? Oh
I think
fuck.
they originally said that it was because they didn't want people like saying, "Where does this fit in with Prometheus?" And their answer was, "It doesn't. Stop asking about it."
Good, because Prometheus sucked anyway. So
Yeah,
Damn.
like whatever. I think Ridley Scott directed. No, he didn't direct that one. I think.
he did because I remember him going on this whole tour about saying, "Guys, it's not an Alien prequel. Stop looking at it through the lens of an Alien prequel." And then like the week before it came out, he's like, "Actually, it is."
Bro, I hate motherfucker. Yeah, no, I don't like it. But hey, you know what? It's good. This is good. Alien Romulus, even though it was a Member Berries movie, I also thought was pretty good. If you strip away the Member Berries, fantastic. I also talked about Killer of Killers, and I showed Badlands to Michelle, and I'm like, man, these are good. These are good. But yeah, I don't know if I would recommend the show. I think honestly I would recommend it if like you were into horror and sci-fi or just horror. Like it's a good horror show, but if you look for anything past that, like a deeper
Yeah.
story, it's not really there. It doesn't
So
have it.
it's a stupid question. Do you recommend this to someone who hasn't seen any of the Alien franchise?
Yes. Because they do a decent job of explaining the rules um to people who have not seen any of the Alien movies. And it kind of gives a good atmosphere as to like what the alien whole like the whole alien deal is all about though. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't show them this first though, if that
All
makes
right.
any sense. Yeah, like
No,
I would.
decent opinion. I think like because there's so many bits where like they expect that you, the viewer, know how stuff like the face hugger and the chest burster work. Where like
They
I don't know, like
do. They expect you to, but they end up showing you though.
to a
They end
certain
up showing you how it works though.
yeah.
So that's where I'm like I'm fine with it, and they go into a little bit more depth. I guess there is one thing that is weird, and that's how what's her face like the spoiler, huge spoiler, for the show. But when like how Wendy can talk to them at some point, which I heard was pretty divisive. That's something that hasn't been featured in any of the movies at all. So I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe I think maybe I think it would be worth it. But personally, I think I'd probably show that person Aliens or Alien at first. Like Alien is pretty slow, but Aliens is like the best one.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I guess I could. I guess to really answer your question, I feel like I danced around it. I think yeah, I probably would show it to somebody. I think it would be safe.
Okay.
It's safer than most.
All right. That was all I had. Tim, you want to take it away for your section?
Oh boy, I'll try to move quick because you guys had a lot of good stuff, and my stuff is much less interesting.
It's fine. I've watched like half of these too, so I can
Good.
chime in at least.
Good. Kaguya OVA. We talked about it earlier. It was really good.
Yeah, I'm spoil something super duper minor, but I really, really appreciated how they handled the topic of sex in a real relationship.
Yeah.
It was very tasteful. It was very well done. I really liked how they handled it.
It's weird to see an anime address that it exists at all and actually handle it very well. I laughed. I got excited. It was fun. It was a good time. This was one of the best things Val and I watched around the new year was watching these 2 episodes on Crunchyroll. I don't really know what to get out of the movie, but this was good, so I'll see the movie, I guess. I don't know. It was cool to come back to these guys because I was actually in Tyler's boat where after the movie when they finally said it, I was like, oh, okay, we're done. But seeing them as a couple and have a little bit more antics was fun. This might have been the perfect little drop, but we'll see. I still am interested in the movie. There's not much else to say. If you're in on Kaguya, like this was a good little OVA. I'd recommend it. There are not a lot of shows that finished from last season because there was not a lot last season. Spy Family finished that season. Freeman, you didn't watch this, right?
I did watch this.
Yeah,
This was the other thing that I finished too. So yeah.
I thought you guys weren't gonna watch it. I thought you guys swore off this show.
It was kind of I'm not super into it, but also like
There's nothing else. There's nothing else airing.
Last season was so nothing. There really wasn't a lot. I mean, there's a couple. There's one banger of a show that Freeman won't watch, but that's continuing from last season. But we don't need to talk about Kamen Rider.
That I won't watch.
Kamen Rider.
The
show that I got Luigi to watch. No, Spy Family was good this season though. There was a couple moments. Freeman, I'm in particular thinking of the end of the bus hijacking arc. That scene with. Okay.
With the mom, or
yeah. That was really good. It's more Spy Family. Like you're not wrong, Tyler. I'm getting tired of the antics just never progressing. But this felt like even though there wasn't really progress, it felt like there was stakes for the main story. Like last season, the big arc was the Yor on the yacht thing, but that didn't feel very connected to anything. That was just kind of Yor being Yor, but it doesn't really play into the whole like Operation Strix at all. This time the focus is on Lloyd, which means that there's actually a lot more focus on the war and Lloyd as a character and him doing his spy shit around Operation Strix.
I also really liked it. Opened with this whole Lloyd backstory arc, and I thought it was probably like one of the best sets of episodes we've had since season 1.
Yeah, and it shows why he's so personally connected to the war and everything. So I think this season was definitely stronger than the last one. Not to say it's like setting the world on fire. I mean, Anya is still Anya. Thankfully, the Anya arc wasn't that bad this season, where it's such a serious series of events. I mean, Tyler, there's an arc where I'm not going to spoil anything that happens, but there's an arc where Anya and her classmates are on their way to a museum, and their bus gets hijacked by terrorists.
Oh shit!
And they get held the kids get held at gunpoint and held hostage. So that was pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually a pretty wild arc. But yeah, overall, a pretty good season of Spy Family. You know, I thought it was fun. It was, and especially in a light season, it was good. Anything to add, Freeman?
No, you covered most of it. It still feels like more of the same, but I was definitely way more invested overall than when season 2 came out, where season 2 was purely the Anya show. Now it's very much I think they've struck a balance a little more evenly between the three characters.
Anya being the supporting character is where she should be. It is hard to make her the solo character. Or you surround her with tons of other kids who go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" all the time.
Who point out that Anya shouldn't be the main character.
And then the last other anime I finished this is actually a couple seasons old, but I finally finished Clevites when I was traveling 2 weeks ago. This is interesting because I feel like I was in an interesting mode when I was watching this where I wasn't super gripped by it. But looking back, I think actually, Tyler, you might be interested in this.
Okay.
This is a pretty dark fantasy kind of story. It's some interesting stakes. Basically, the entire world is made up of a couple races of like humanoids who are all trapped by these great beasts. These like unkillable god creatures. And there's this one kingdom that
Berserk?
There's this
fuck?
one kingdom that can make magic swords, and they give them to heroes because it's destined that heroes will slay the beasts. And our main character is part of a party of 13 that goes to kill one of the beasts, and they get literally like one-tapped. Like it's nothing. Like they don't even land a hit. But the beast is like, "Yo, that's what the fuck are you doing? Leave me alone." So he goes and just destroys the capital of this country. Like just strolls over as like destruction. And on his way out, a woman tries to get him to save the life of a baby. And it's like she literally looks at him and he's like, "Why would I save a baby?" And she's like, "This baby will prove to you that you shouldn't just kill all humans." And he's like, "Okay." And he takes the baby and he resurrects one of the heroes and is like, "Hey, you're my slave forever. You have to help me raise a baby." And that's episode 1.
Nice.
So a lot of it is like the first arc is the slave rapist camp arc, where they go to a camp where it's just horrible slavers and rapists, but they actually address that they do this. Like they're not like, "Oh, it's not like the Shield Hero where it's like, slavery is so bad, except you get all the best characters from slavery."
Lord.
No, this is like there's actually an element of like dark to this. And the power system is cool, and the way that the hero has to use the fact that she's kind of alive against her own will as a superpower at some point. Like this isn't a spoiler, but in how many things where someone's invincible are they like, "Wow, I need to get down from this building right now. Well, this is going to hurt like a motherfucker, but I'm going to jump off this building and my body will just die and rebuild itself on the bottom." It's one of those kind of stories. So it's also confirmed to be getting season 2, which is pretty cool. I'll actually watch it, but honestly, it was not like earth-shattering, but I thought this was pretty good, and there was a decent amount of hype around it. I actually liked it a fair bit. But now let me open up Letterboxd because I'm going to forget. So as I mentioned, I traveled for work 2 weeks ago. I did my flying out to California to visit my other office. And I watched 6 movies between the flights. Because, boy, flying from New Jersey to California, you got plenty of time to watch shit. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pull up my diary. There we go. Honestly, first movie, best movie. I watched the new Superman. Hot take, I loved it.
I still need to watch it.
I know. I
was gonna watch it.
I know you did, and I've been actually like low key, like I don't want to ask him and put pressure on him because it's his. You know, I don't want to be that person.
You're
but also,
right.
I hope he watches it.
Nah, you're right too. You're right too. It's been on my list, and I end up pushing it off for no good reason, really.
Like unapologetically, I love this movie. I know it's divisive for some people. I think in the era of cynicism and, nothing seems good these days, like having a fresh take on Superman that's not like childish, but like there's an element of hope to it. I really strongly resonated with this in like today's day and age. So I loved it, like no questions.
What did I give this? I think I gave it 3.5. I will say the thing that stands out to me was the scene. It's like the beginning of the movie where he tells Lois, he's like, "Go on, interview me," and I thought that interview scene was phenomenal.
Oh, it was excellent. Excellent. I also actually think, Freeman, the first scene where he flies and the music kicks in. I've been listening to that soundtrack, actually, and Henry's actually been listening to that soundtrack sometimes when I take him to daycare. He actually likes the Superman music. When that music kicked in, I was like, this is just like, it's a resonance frequency with me. Like, this is clicking with me, and the whole movie just stayed like that the whole time. You know what? You know what's an easy way to sum up about this movie? When you think back on the crazy old Superman, Christopher Reeve, he looked like he was a guy who was happy to be Superman. And this movie isn't about being Superman is great. Like, this isn't like, oh, I'm the guy in the red tights and I win every time and everything. Like, the movie starts out and Superman's beat up. But the first time you see Superman fly, it cuts to his face and he has this smile on his face. And it's like, yeah, you know what? Flying would be the best. And I think that's a really good way to describe my feelings about this movie. And everything went downhill from that. No, I'm kidding. There was plenty of other decent stuff. I also did the superhero I did the summer 2025 double superhero movie. I did Fantastic Four after that. I thought it was fine, but coming off of Superman, especially where everything felt pretty genuine and interesting, this felt like the most polished Marvel. No sharp edges, no nothing. We're trying to be quirky. We're trying something new. Is Pedro Pascal, isn't he cool? But, like, no hard edges, no surprises, no nothing. Like, it was probably in the running for best Fantastic Four movie, but that's not saying a lot.
It definitely is not saying a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I thought the final thing was cool, but also, like, I don't know, everything just kind of happily works out each time. I actually, you know what's funny? I forget, it was at the end of Thunderbolts, because I watched that a little while ago. They show a rocket ship with the Fantastic Four logo showing up in the atmosphere. And I was watching this whole movie like, oh, when are they going to lose? When are they going to have to retreat to another dimension? And they didn't do that. Spoiler. So I was like, oh shit, when is this going to happen then? I still gave it a 3.5. Superman was a 4.5 and a heart. I didn't actually heart Fantastic Four. I don't think I ever want to watch Fantastic Four ever again. I actually
like this movie or a Fantastic Four movie?
I'd watch a Fantastic Four. This movie, I don't think I'll ever watch again.
Okay.
I actually
gotta ask, what is the fucking appeal to Fantastic Four, though?
The fact that there's 4 of them and that Reed is the smartest man ever, and maybe the other point is that they usually cast someone hot as Invisible Woman after Jessica Alba was Invisible Woman. I don't know.
I just don't get it.
I don't.
They've tried reviving this fucking series so many times.
I'm glad I never saw that middle one. The first one was okay. The first pair, they were all right. In just a world where we had very little in terms of comic book movies, this new one was like, this is the opposite. This is the most polished Marvel project, like, in history. I will say the aesthetic carries it. Like, a lot of the production, which isn't a surprise for Marvel, but a lot of the production carried Fantastic Four for me. Like, the retro futury aesthetic, it's a little overplayed at this point, but at the same time, this was done very well, and I liked it. Then I rewatched Naked Gun because I was like, I want to watch something funny for the end of this. That movie was still hysterical. I'm glad I rewatched it. Then on the flight back, I watched Oppenheimer. And after what you guys said on this podcast, I'm glad I watched it. I'm also glad I didn't spend money to go see this in a theater. There was nothing that made me feel like I needed to see this on a big screen at all. The scene with the test is very cool. It's very well done. I think the sound design, per what you guys said, is actually the best part of that scene. I think the movie is a little too self-indulgent with a lot of the scenes and a little too full of itself to make a full movie. I feel like if this wasn't a Chris Nolan thing, if someone else made this, people would be like, why did this movie get made? Is that crazy?
Nah, I don't think so.
I wouldn't say to say why is it made, but it would not have received anywhere near the excitement or fanfare. It would have just been another biopic. I don't know how you pronounce
Yeah,
it, but
it would have
just-
been another biopic movie. Like,
I thought it's biopic.
is it biopic? Whatever.
Because I thought it's like biography picture. So
It's
like
a
biopic.
movie that is
Biopic.
loosely based, or it is not loosely based, but it's based off of someone else's life. Or people's lives,
Yeah,
whatever.
I think my final sentence of my review was excellent all around, but doesn't feel like a masterpiece. This feels like a passion project for him, and it shows. And I think it's a well done movie, but I just think this was a little longer than it needed to be. It kind of meanders a lot. It can be a little hard to follow what time period we're in sometimes because they jump from this like court thing to not the court to like then his house, and I don't know. It seemed a little unnecessary to do it the way they did it. And then the last one I watched, because I surveyed the Letterboxd gang, I'll call it. I watched The Accountant, the first one with Ben Affleck. Fun, simple, autism superpower.
Awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to say that too much though, because I feel like this is one of those movies that someone with like actual quote unquote real autism. I say quote unquote like not.
I want to say though. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Yeah, keep talking.
I feel like this is one of those movies that like an autism advocacy group would be like, that's not what it's like. This glorifies autism. It's not a crippling thing, but it's also not like a superpower like this. I don't know, but I thought it was fun. A movie about how a guy turns a math problem into a killing spree. You know. I did expect the twist with who one of the villains is. I thought that was fun. Did the second one already come out, Tyler?
Yes, it did.
Did you watch it?
I did not. I was teetering on whether I should watch it or not. I might just because John Berthnall is like a bigger role in this movie, so I probably will. Yeah.
Tyler, we should watch it together. I would. Now that I've seen this, I would watch this. I would be happy to watch the second one together.
Alright, fuck it. Let's do it.
Well, actually, I was gonna say we should either do that, or if we have the gang over on a Sunday, I would rewatch Superman with everyone so you guys could finally watch it. That would be fun. Assuming we don't get snowed in yet again this weekend.
sounds like we're going to.
See, Val told me earlier it looks like it's not happening anymore. I'm gonna check right now. Yeah, it's not. Weather right now is telling me that it's the chances are gone. Or like 10% tops, which would be great. Because if we don't have friends over this weekend, I'm gonna fucking lose it. And then I actually read a book. It's physically possible. I read it in like 2 days, Tyler.
Yeah, this guy won't read anything.
I won't read
else,
anything, and then as soon as the Dresden book comes out, I'm like, pick it up, 48 hours, put it back down. We're done.
Fucking guy, bro. This guy.
I don't want to say too much about 12 Months because Tyler hasn't read it yet. The only thing I'll say is things I've already told Tyler. Jim Butcher was apparently horribly depressed, almost suicidal while writing this book, and you can tell. Because most of the book is about how depressed Harry is. I liked it a lot. I don't track a Goodreads, so I can't really put a number review on it anywhere. But I'm very interested to talk to you about this book, Tyler, because I have some interesting feelings about the Dresden Files post Battlegrounds and starting with this book. I'm curious to talk about it with you, but I look forward to you maybe having it finished even by next podcast or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to plow through it so I can talk to you sooner about it.
And then
Like I said, I was able to get it, so
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
And then last but extremely not least, Gundam Night. So for those of you on the podcast, I think I talked about this at the end of last year, but it was announced that Endless Waltz was coming to theaters, Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. And lo and behold, it finally happened the day before and the day of my birthday. Tyler and I went. We weren't able to see it together because of scheduling conflicts, but we both got to go see Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans Urder Hunt.
Urder.
And then there was like I don't even remember the name of the other. Hold on. I actually tracked it on Letterboxd. It was just 10th anniversary short film Wedge of Interposition. So stupid. Urder Hunt sucked. It's not a film. It's just cutscenes that they like to pretend was a film, but it's just cutscenes. Like,
yes.
The best part of it is hearing a Gundam show, seeing new Gundam animation in Iron-Blooded Orphans, where everything is made of metal and not beam sabers or lasers. Just hearing the someone throw a toolbox against the wall every time they're fighting is pretty badass. Made me miss that a lot. Honestly, the 20-minute 10th anniversary episode was better, Friedman. Like, watching that was great. Just a little taste of these characters again was perfect. It's all I needed.
Yeah, I agree. That Urder Hunt was ass. It was a big fucking waste of time, honestly. You could have just given me the anniversary short and Endless Waltz and called it a day.
Yeah, for 3 hours in a movie theater, almost half of it being wasted on Urder Hunt was a little disappointing.
Were there any cool mobile suit designs in Urder Hunt that made you say, "Dang, I wish I could build that in plastic"?
No.
I thought the main Gundam looked kind of cool.
It looked way too much like Barbados.
Well, that's why it looked cool, Tyler.
Yeah, see, so it's like, all right, I'll just buy the fucking Barbados kit and call it a day. Like, goddamn, bro.
That reminds me. I know I sent you guys the picture, but I will say for those at home, there were no trailers because this was a 3-hour production. But the only things they were advertising before the movie was they actually advertised 2 kits on the big movie screen beforehand, which I thought was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I actually didn't get there in time for that.
Oh, I know I sent you guys the pictures. It was the Perfect Raid Unleashed V Gundam, which Freeman said looks good, and the metal build Barbados.
For Gundam fans out there.
The what? Oh, the new
Gundam, NU.
Oh, the NU instead of V. Whoops.
Yeah, it's
it's like Greek V or Greek
yes.
Nu. Yeah. And then metal.
Sorry,
build
just because
Barbados.
the V Gundam is a different Gundam.
No, that's fair. I'm glad you corrected me. And then a Barbados metal build, whatever metal build is.
So the same way that they do mostly in plastic, they have a separate brand where they do like the outer shell is actually like metal coated. So like these kits are like $200 minimum because of the metal parts.
Also, it has a cape, so I kind of want to get it. That's
sure was cool.
It does look cool. So seeing advertisements for plastic Gundam kits in a movie theater was a very fun experience. But Endless Waltz, I wish Friedman could have gone because I've been working my way through Gundam Wing with Friedman. But we didn't get there in time, sadly. But we'll just have to watch it again once you're done, Friedman.
I own it on Blu-ray, so I'll be able to watch it.
Oh, I do own it on Blu-ray.
Beautiful version of it, one way or the other.
Man, Endless Waltz is like kind of not that good.
Yeah, it never was. It was never good.
It was hard carried by seeing these characters back on the big screen, and it looks great. Even the designs are cool, but like also my qualms about
bitch,
these are,
dude.
What?
He's such an emo bitch. Hero's a bitch. I forgot about that scene where he like stops fighting Wu Fei.
Tell me, Wu Fei. Spoilers, Tyler. Damn, Freeman hasn't seen it yet.
Well, you haven't seen it at all?
No, he's never finished Wing.
Oh shit, I'm an idiot. I don't know
Tyler.
why. You know why? Because it's been fucking 30 years, man.
Look, I know the scene where Hero fires at the shelter, and
yes.
He's very clearly opposing everybody else. I know that Hero's the villain of the movie.
Oh my god! All
right, you know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Friedman, Freeman?
I'm
Okay.
saying nothing else.
Timestamp.
Is he not?
Timestamp. One, I'm messaging this in podcast chat so that we have this on record. We need to go back to this when you finally watch Endless. When you watch it, holy shit! I'm tracking this timestamp.
Yeah.
1:53.
This is what one out of
Ish.
context clip does to a man.
I don't remember what this is. So Freeman, this is vital to track. I can't believe it. That's such a funny way to interpret that scene, and I actually get it.
I also get it. I love this actually.
This is great.
In fact, it makes me as much as I don't like this movie actually, except for the fight scenes, I want to be there when you watch this actually.
Let's plan a group
Oh
watch
yeah, we
together.
gotta do a knitting circle movie night.
Ooh, knitting circle watching Endless Waltz. Okay. Okay. All right.
But yeah, Endless Waltz is it's a lot of ass pulls, like compared to like the way they create this situation after the ending of the show is just like, what the fuck? This is such bullshit. Everyone is just spouting plot bullshit or waxing philosophical about war and everything. Like, it's literally dialogue is only what's it called? It's plot or it's philosophy. The two P's of Gundam. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But new mobile suits are hot. Freeman, you've seen, I think I showed you a mobile suit. The one of the new models, right?
Sorry, you showed me what?
Didn't I show you a picture of one of the new mobile suits from the movie?
I
thought I
don't
did.
remember.
Anyway, Tyler, you'd understand what I'm talking about. There's only one real new mobile suit other than like the generic thing, the Leo replacement.
Yeah.
I thought I showed Freeman a picture of it. That's a hot mobile suit. That would make a good kit. But yeah, Endless Waltz. I mean, trust me. This movie's not great for anybody who hasn't watched Gundam Wing, who doesn't have a personal connection. As someone who, as a kid, Gundam Wing was like vital to my development. Seeing Endless Waltz in beautiful like 4K up on a movie screen the day before my birthday was like an incredible experience. But don't even sort of think about the logistics of how this movie works.
Listen, you just gotta do one of two things. Either A, watch this movie under the lens as a 7 to 13-year-old boy, like I was when I watched this movie, or you watch the movie on mute and just appreciate the visuals. And then unmute whenever the fight scenes come on.
No. The music's pretty banger too.
That's true. The soundtrack is pretty good. The soundtrack is good. You're not wrong.
Oh, Tyler, I know we're about to end the podcast. You know what's crazy? Freeman and I are working our way through Gundam, or through Wing, and we're in like the mid-20s. And Freeman's like, oh shit, shouldn't Rhythm Emotion take over from Just Communication as the intro? And I looked on Mal. I didn't remember. Rhythm Emotion is only on the last 8 episodes of the 49-episode run of Gundam Wing. Just Communication is the song.
Bro,
for
the Mandela effect is fucking strong. Dude.
That's crazy.
Insane.
It's actually fucking nuts. Well, also, it goes to show how much of a banger
Rhythm Emotion is. I mean, there's a reason.
You're like, I could have swore this was for the whole damn show.
There's a reason they picked it for the 30th anniversary video. It's in the fucking video the whole time. So where did I get this impression that at least half the show is Rhythm Emotion?
Dude,
The song is just so much better. As someone who's been listening to Just Communication for like a month now, it's not a bad song, but it just feels like generic 80s
It's
pop
not a
music.
banger.
No, it's no Rhythm Emotion.
What a world. 2026 kicking off the year talking about Rhythm Emotion and Endless Waltz.
I haven't even gotten to the opening of the show yet, and I can hear the beeps in my head.
Oh, it's so important. Gotta have the beeps. Also, last thing for everybody else. The last thing they had in theaters was seeing the 30th anniversary video. I don't know if you saw that part, Tyler.
Oh yeah.
Seeing
They played that before
Endless Waltz, yeah. That was hot to see. I know I've already rewatched that like a dozen times by myself, but seeing that on a theater was also really cool. Like seeing the old designs with the new animation in that little
it
music
made me
video.
angry. It made me angry.
Why?
Because every time I see shit like that, I'm just like, yo, y'all literally just cock teasing us. Like, you keep saying that you'll do it, but like, you'll never do it. So like, why do you show us this in the first place?
What would they do? What do you mean?
The fuck you mean that? Give us a whole movie with this animation. I know they'd go broke doing it, but they could still do it.
This is we've talked about what if you won the $1 billion lottery? This is what it would go to.
That's it.
Go buy a plane
That's
ticket, go to Sunrise and be like, "Look, here's 200. Get her done. I'll see you in 4 years."
Dark Gundam, and you're gonna reanimate G Gundam for me.
See, that's okay.
Yeah.
Topic to end the podcast. If you could make Sunrise reanimate one Gundam series, which would it be?
Oh fuck!
Reanimate one.
Make them reanimate one.
Be like,
yeah, I would make that. Well, so I have one, but it's with a twist though. I want them to redo Iron Blooded Orphans, but I need them to get rid of those Gundam models and put in good ones.
What are you talking about?
What do you
so
want
which one?
So, all right, so Tyler's a point. The designer who did Iron Blood Orphans, who also did Witch from Mercury, has this obsession with old Gundams having high heels.
Oh.
It's that guy.
Yeah, it's that guy. And guess what? Those Gundam models are fucking garbage, dude. I hate them. I hate them. They're terrible.
I like Barbados.
Barbados is the only cool one.
Yeah, I know. That's the only one that looks like a Gundam.
It's literally the only one. The rest of them look like I don't know. Like you can't. That show is literally just a show. It would never make me buy a kit, even when I was like a small child. Like if you showed Tyler this, small Tyler,
like, these aren't pretty.
These are not cool. These do not spark joy. Yeah, these do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these do not spark joy. Like, but like it really is my favorite though, and like I love the combat in like a lot of the Gundam shows, but that show just doesn't do it for me. It just looks bad.
Damn. It's fair.
Oh, I'm looking up now because I found the name of the guy who did the suits in Wing, and I'm pretty sure he did all of the Gundam designs prior from Unicorn and earlier.
That guy fucks. You know he does. Bro.
Is it the same
like
guy?
Dude, you can't sit here and tell me that all of them don't slap though. You cannot tell me.
Come on, look who you're talking to. Of course they all do.
They all slap.
Even
last one of them.
Even Heavy Arms and Sandrock, my most hated Gundams in terms of actual ability to do anything, are still beautiful designs.
Even though he hasn't done any since Gundam Unicorn in 2010, he's still listed as not retired. If we win the lottery, we might be able to get this guy to redesign the Iron Blood Orphans for us.
Did he do the Wing redesigns or no?
He's just listed. Oh, he's listed for Endless Waltz as well.
Okay. That's wild to take the Wing designs and be like, yo, let's put angel wings on this motherfucker.
Although, actually, hold up. Here's the thing. He may not have done it. So hold up. So there's another prolific guy in the Gundam space, Hajime Katoki. If you ever see a kit that says Verka on the front, it means that he had a chance to redesign the kit to his liking. So Katoki, he's like famous. So I think he did a lot of the principal designs for Endless Waltz, and then this guy adapted them for the anime.
Because
they got to sell those kits first.
After I get Jeff Bezos money and tell him, all right, I just need you to redo this. Don't fuck with the story. I still need to cry at the very end.
Can you pixel swap? Can you just like take the drawing layer of the mobile suits out, just put in new mobile suits?
That's
and
it. I ain't asking for much.
Like the same way where you watch a show and there's just bad CG for the robots. We want the inverse. We want a normal anime, but just with the crazy like 90s look whenever a mobile suit is on screen.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking. I ain't asking for much.
Freeman,
it's a small ask.
We're at 2 hours, but before we punch out, what's your pick?
which one I want them
Yeah.
to redo.
You've seen a lot more than us.
The problem is I need to finish Wing because like the thing is everyone's always nostalgic for the first one, and for me that was G Gundam. But I really like Wing.
See, you know what's funny? I feel like G Gundam is such a time capsule. Like, this hand of mine is burning red. Like, no one would not. You couldn't do that. No one would do that today.
No, no one would. It would almost be too stupid. I think Wing is probably good. Honestly, hear me out here. Even though it still holds up, Await the MS team with this
Oh, yeah,
animation
that's a
would look
popular one.
great.
Yeah.
When you say this
I still had to
animation style, you
rewatch
mean
it.
the 30th anniversary?
Yeah, just the really detailed,
Yeah.
but still clearly 2D drawn.
Do we know? Okay, last thing. Do we know when the next Gundam series is? Because I think
No,
G-Quax
nothing's
is
been
done.
announced.
Okay. You know they're not gonna.
Um,
You know there's not gonna be nothing.
I'm so shocked at what they did with G-Quax. It very clearly could have been much like Witcher Mercury, 2 12-episode seasons, and they cleanly just ended it.
I wonder if Anno
For no
didn't want to
reason.
do it anymore.
Yeah, he probably only had it in for 12 episodes, but it wasn't good. So what they have listed is Urder Hunt, and then what the fuck is Seed Freedom Zero? They're not doing another fucking Seed movie, are they?
Damn.
It's an anime project. So they don't know what the fuck they're doing yet. Set before the new Seed Freedom movies, but after Seed Destiny. All in all, I still need to finish watching Seed. I'm like 38 episodes in, haven't watched it over a decade.
With that, speaking of a decade, we've been going
Yeah.
for about a decade, so let's stop.
Yeah, all right, let's call it here.
Spent over an hour and 10 minutes on what watched him play. But that's okay. That's what we did a lot of. But until next time, thank you all so much for listening, assuming you made it this far. My name is Timpedia.
I'm Friedman.
Bubba319.
We'll catch you guys next time, or in Halo Infinite co-op. We'll see. We'll catch you guys later.